Good morning, children. Today we are starting the new chapter of class 11, Morphology of Flowering Plants, lesson 5. Actually, what is morphology? You know, morphology is the study of external characteristics of organisms. Study of external features. Study of external features. What are flowering plants? Flowering plants are called angiosperms. Flowering plants are called angiosperms. So, we are going to study the external features or morphology of angiosperms. Right? When we study the morphology, we have to understand a typical angiosperm plant. Typical angiosperm plant. A typical angiosperm plant, if I draw a typical angiosperm plant, first one is the root system. Root system. Then shoot system with the branches. Then leaves. Then we can say flower, and then fruits. So root system is the first part. Root system. Then the part of the plant seen above the soil is called a shoot system. Shoot. It may contain leaves, branches, then nodes, then internode. What is this? Internode. So there are many parts for a typical plant. Typical angiosperm plant and root system, shoot system, the nodes, internodes, space between the two nodes are called internodes. Then leaves, this is the leaf, and the branches. Then this is the apical bud. This is the axillary bud. This is axillary bud. This is the apical bud. So apical bud, axillary bud, flowers, fruits, branches, everything. All this together form the shoot system. What is the function of root system? Root system helps in the anchorage of the plant body in the soil. They absorb water, minerals, etc. from the root system, from the soil. Now, shoot system comprises all these nodes, internodes, then apical bud, axillary bud, flower, fruits, everything. And the part of the plant is seen above the soil is called a shoot system. Root system fix the plant body in the soil and absorb water and minerals. Now we are coming to the structure of a typical root. Suppose this is the root. Root has mainly four parts. The first part of the root is the root cap. And this root cap is the position of the region of meristem. region of meristem or meristematic region. Now the adjacent region above this meristematic region is the region of elongation. Then the region above this is called the region of maturation. So what are the root cap that protect the soft meristematic region? Meristems are the tip of the adjacent part of the root apex. So root apex consists of the root meristem. Root meristem. They divide the cells and produce new cells. That cells now move forward and become the region of elongation. Actually, it is the region where the length of the roots increases, region of elongation. Above the region of elongation is the region of maturation. How the region of elongation, the cells now divided and the cells now perform functions. They undergo differentiation and maturation. They undergo differentiation and maturation, and they perform permanent, they become permanent tissues. Permanent tissues. So what are the parts? The root cap, region of meristem, region of elongation and region of maturation. These are the parts of the typical root. And at this region of maturation you can see the root hair as well. So root hair is found in the region of maturation. Okay? They absorb water and minerals from the soil. There are mainly three types of roots. There are three types of roots. There are three types of roots. First one is taproot system. There are three types of root system. Taproot system. Second one is fibrous root system. And third one is adventitious root system. So three root system. First one is taproot system, which is a characteristic feature of dicot plants. And adventitious fibrous root system is the characteristic feature of monocot plant. And adventitious may be both. Okay. So what is a taproot system? In a taproot system, you can see there is a main root from the radicle. What is from the radicle? This is the seed. Suppose this is the seed. The radicle. This is the radicle. Radicle grows down. Radicle grows down and become the main root. But radicle grows down to the soil and become the main root. This main root is called a taproot. Or primary roots. Taproot or primary root. So the radicle of the embryo grows downwards to the soil and become the taproot or primary root. And now he produces branches. These branches are called the secondary roots. Then again the branches produce tertiary roots. So the primary root, secondary roots and tertiary roots. These primary roots or taproots are called the main root. Main root. So main root and its branches together form the taproot system. So what is taproot system? Taproot system consists of the primary root or taproot, which direct elongation of the radicle. Direct elongation of the radicle, they fix the plant in the soil. Then they develop secondary root and tertiary roots. So we can understand that the taproot system consists of primary root or main root, we call taproot. Then its branches secondary roots and again branches tertiary roots. All these main root and its branches together form the taproot system. Okay? It is formed from the radicle. Okay? So radical plane bone root in the root formation. Now second one is the fibrous root system. It is a characteristic feature of monocot plants. In fibrous root system, suppose this is the seed. The radicle grows and stops its growth. Okay, radical grows and stops its growth. Radical now grows down little bit. This is the radical. Stop. Now stop. Radical is no more here. Which is the root. Okay, top root or primary root. Okay, this is the root tip. From the root tip, you can see cluster of fiber-like roots. Such fiber-like roots are called fibrous root system. So, what in monocot like grasses, the radical stop growth. Now, from the root tip, what happens? Number of fiber-like roots develop. Such a fiber-like root system, fiber-like roots are called fibrous root system, which does not involve radical. Radical stops its growth. Radical grows in the root, but it stops its growth. Now the root tip divides into many branches and many hair-like structure. That hair-like structure is called fibrous roots. Okay. Now adventitious roots, both in monocot and dicot roots, where the roots are formed from any part of the radical other than any part of the stem other than the radical. So the root formed from any part of the stem other than radical is called adventitious root system. What is adventitious root system? Root formed from any part of the stem, any part of the plant root. Other than radical. Radical is not at all involved. For example, suppose this is the stem. This is the stem. And this is the node. What is node? Node is the part of the stem from where leaves, branches, fruits, etc. develop. But in adventitious root system, from the node, the roots develop. And here leaves develop on the upper side. So here it is a stem where the roots develop from any part of the plant body other than radical. But it should develop from the node. Okay? So roots formed from any part of the plant body other than radical is called adventitious root system. Okay? So taproot system, dicotic plants. Then a fibrous root system, monocot plant, adventitious root system, both dicot and monocot plants it shows. In taproot system, you can see the main root called taproot develop into primary root, from which secondary root branches and tertiary roots develop. Such a root system is called taproot system. Now, a fibrous root system in a monocot, the radical stops growth and further development of the roots develop from the root tip. Now root tip divides into many branches and form the fiber-like roots called the fibrous root system. Adventitious are characteristics of both monocot and dicot. Roots develop from any part of the plant body other than radical is called the fibrous root system. Now we are coming to root. So there are different types of root modification. You can say roots are modified for a different purpose. Storage of food. Roots modified for storage of food. Then roots can be modified for breathing or respiration. Again, third one. Roots can be modified for photosynthesis. So, storage of food. Roots are modified for storing food. Underground system, roots. In the case of, we can say, sweet potato, roots are modified to store the food. Then taproot system also modified many times. For example, carrot, beetroot, all these are modified for storage of food. Okay. Now, breathing roots in the case of mangrove plants like Rhizophora. Rhizophora are plants which grow in the marshy soil. Marshy soil, the roots grow downwards, but they will come out of the soil. Roots will come out of the soil. So this soil is called, this is called Rhizophora. Rhizophora in marshy soil to get the oxygen to respire, to breathe. The marshy soil does not contain any oxygen, any air, because it is completely filled with swamp or marsh. Roots will not get the oxygen. So what happens? The roots will grow out of the soil. This is called a nematophore. These roots are called a nematophore. Nematophores. They contain small pores through which oxygen can be absorbed. So such roots will come out from the marshy soil. Example, Rhizophora. Such roots are called nematophores. They absorb oxygen from atmosphere, and such roots are called breathing roots. Such roots are called breathing roots. In some plants, the roots are modified. They develop chlorophyll. They develop chlorophyll and become photosynthetic. Many roots can be